All right, so here we are in the hallway once again. Nothing's really changed too much with regards to the posters and everything. So we still have a Oni Monogatari tapestry at the top. On the door, we have a Melty Blood poster. On the right side, we have an Inuyasha tapestry, of course, one of the goats. And then we have a Kazuki tapestry from Grisaya. On the left side, we do have two D12s. But on top of that, first, we have my Trails 20th anniversary framed print. Then we have an acrylic stand of Ren, and then another 20th anniversary acrylic display frame thing. On the back side of that, we have a Snafu tapestry. On the right, we have a gear from Azur Lane. This is a 1/7 scale figure. I believe this was made by Annie Gift, one of their last figures before they closed down. On the right side, we have a Persona 5 tapestry. And then below that, we have a Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches tapestry. The D12, so the first one on the left here, we have my Trails figures. So on the top, we have Yashua, Estelle, Ren, and Risha. Below that, we have a few more Trails figures. So in the back, we have Emma, Tio. Up front, we have Fi and Altina. Kurayuki Hime from Excel World in the back. Two OC characters, one from Hayabusa and then the other one is from Asagon. We have Kasumi from Persona 5 and then Tako from Kantai Collection. And then below that, we have just a couple of Trails figure boxes. Right side D12, we have Sakaya Izuyoi from Toho. Below that, we have my Hololive figures. So we have Korone and Lami in the back, Fubuki and Ayame up front. Down below that, we have a couple of more figures. So we have Kanade from Angel Beats, Tomoyo from Clannad, Infinite Stratos. Then below that, we have another whole life figure of Maureen from Max Factory. Honestly, she needs a better spot for her because I don't really like having her on the bottom shelf here, but that's where I have her for now. And that's basically the outside of the room. I know, I have so many figures and I don't have enough room for the D12s inside the room, so I have to put them out here. I do think it looks pretty good though, but yeah. Let's look in here. I normally have the sun blocked out in this room, but obviously I'm letting it a little bit through so you can actually see the room. If I go over things pretty quickly, I'm sorry, I've been doing room tours for like 10 years now. So if I go over things a little bit too quick for you, you can check out the previous room tours if you want a closer look on some of the older stuff. Over here is my Toho Fumo collection. Behind that, we have a Atago cloth poster from Azur Lane. Right next to the Fumos, we have a little Astra Yao print. Well, it's not really a print, it's more like a pamphlet thing. It has nice artwork, so I just put that there. Below that, we have my small manga collection of Unicamp volumes 1 through 12. Very nice. We have Fate Extra Collector's Edition. We have a Fate Extella Regalia box. And then we also have my limited collection for Kai no Kiseki, which is a fantastic game. Sucks for North American players because you guys won't be able to play this till January because they delayed it, so that really sucks. Which, by the way, Anthony, if you're watching this video, you better get your ass on playing that game, I swear to God. We have the 3 Arknights Sui Dragon siblings, Dusk, Nian, and Ling. Very nice plushies. Down here, we have 2 more Fumos. Very nice. And then below that, we have my physical visual novel collection, which hasn't really grown all that much, if I'm going to be honest here. I think the last physical VN I bought was like the English version for Mahoyo and Tsukihime, so I haven't really gotten any Japanese release VNs for a while. I should probably get back to doing that. On the other side of that, one of the most fantastic Metroidvanias I've ever played, Toho Luna Nights. Highly recommend you play that if you haven't actually tried it out yet. Physical Clannad visual novel, very nice. We have 2 Fate games, so we have Fate Extella and Fate Extella Link, and then we have Azur Lane Crosswave. We have Final Fantasy VII Remake Collector's Edition, and then my physical Collector's Edition of Muv-Luv. We have my Collector's Edition for Melty Blood, just a couple more PS4 games. Up above that, we have a BB Tapestry from Fate. Next to that, we have my Nikkei Tapestry of Noir and Blanc. Very nice. I cannot wait for the figure of this illustration to come out. On the back side here, we have a Azur Lane Tako Tapestry of her in a bunny suit. Very nice. Next to that, we have my Unicamp curtain with Rin and Nadeshko on it. Super cute. Then we got a Fate Extella Link poster. Behind this, we have a tapestry of Akano from High School DD. She's hot as hell. Beside that, we have probably one of my more favorite displays in my entire collection. This is my Arknights space here. So housing a majority of the Arknights figures is the IKEA Millsbow. You can pick this up for about like 200 or so dollars. It's kind of expensive. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. I'd recommend getting something else. The one thing I don't like about this thing is door bezels here in the middle. They kind of block the view. I mean, I don't mind the side ones. I would prefer them without, but it is what it is. So on top of the Millsbow here, we have two of the more expensive Arknights figures that have been released so far. We have Scotty the Corrupting Heart Elite 2, absolutely fantastic figure, 1/7 scale from Mythos. And then we have another 1/7 scale from Alter. This is the Schwartz Elite 2. Both of them went for about 45,000 yen, quite expensive. Then we have a small little Arknights print of Kaltzit and Amiya. I guess we'll open this up because the glare is kind of distracting just a little bit here. All right, so on the top shelf in the back, we have Chen and Hoshiguma. Fantastic duo. Up front, we have Scotty, Elite 2. Little prize figures of Amiya and Weedy. In the back, we have Neon. Up in front of her, we have Silver Ash, Arknights and Androids of Texas, Exia, and Mostima. On the second shelf, we have two Surtur figures here on the left. Kaltzit figure in the back, Ifrit right beside her. In front of her, we have Siege, one of my favorite operators from the game. And then next to that, we have Chen, and then an Amiya Nendroid. Below that shelf, fantastic Arknights figures on the back here. We have Exia Elite 2, Texas Elite 2. Maybe I should turn autofocus off and just do it manually. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt when I'm filming it like this, but honestly, manual focus might actually be better here. So yeah, Exia, Texas Elite 2, Lapland Elite 2, which by the way, I do have another Lapland figure, this time by Alter. It's of her skin. It's in the box in the laundry room right now, but I expect a video on her very soon. Up front, we have Blaze, one of the very first Arknights figures I've ever gotten. And honestly, a really kick-ass one. Like, I love the hair, the outfit, the pose, everything about this one is really good. Then we have two Festival Arknights figures of Chen and Nian. And then below that, we have a couple more. So in the back, we have Skyfire, Bagpipe, Dusk, another Surtur, and then another Amiya. So that is the Millsbow. Next to the Millsbow is actually another Detolf. On top of that, we have Angelina, Amiya, and Shining. They're Symphony concert versions. We have W and Kaltzit dancing. I got these from Wheels. Very prominent Arknights animator in the community. Sorry, my couch here is actually going to block the door slightly, so I'm going to have to film it like this. A figure of Mumu, 1/7 scale, and then another 1/7 scale figure of Teresa. Two Noodle Stopper figures of You Official and Kaltzit. And then we got a couple of Arknights sticker sheets. Below that, we have two Arknights plushies, one of Mumu, and then another one of Scotty the Corrupting Heart. We got an art book right there, and then three little postcards, which are very, very nice to look at. Then below that, we just have a bunch of Sui Dragon Bean plushies. Behind that, we have a Final Fantasy VII tapestry. Inside here is actually a small little room underneath a stairway. It houses a lot of my boxes for figures. So on this wall, we have a few posters and prints. So like little postcards from like Chihaya Furu, Kinimoza, Mihoyo, Fate, Tamamo. We got Musashi tapestry here, a Clanite tapestry, No Game No Life 0 calendar. I probably have never seen any of the images on the inside. I literally bought the calendar and I just put it up there. A Nero print, and then a Sheba print down there at the bottom. It's probably hard to see. We have a Heaven's Feel Fates Tonight pamphlet that I got from the movie, a Hatsune Miku print, and then in the back behind that we have a couple of Monogatari prints. A couple of Ami postcards, not bad. Right next to that we have two tapestries, one of Saber Alter from Fate, of course, and then we have Agnes from Trails. And then next to that we have another Trails poster. It's probably a little bit bright to see because the sun's coming in. The sunlight usually doesn't come in because I usually block them out with like foam boards. Trails poster has Lloyd and Reen and Estelle on it. On this little ledge here, we have two Toho Fumos, a couple of Pokemon plushies, paper headbands of Azur Lane Captain's Hat, the Doctor, and Amiya from Arknights. Right in front of that, we have a couple of Fate's Day Night tapestries. Honestly, I should probably have better places for these than behind the TV, but that's just kind of where I have them right now. Zooming out here, we have my couch, which just has a couple of Azur Lane blankets on it. On the couch, we have my giant Deca Fumo of Sakuya from Toho. Next to that, a medium-sized Fumo of Tsurno. We have two HSR pillows, a couple of Uducan pillows, and then a giant Snorlax pillow. That's the couch, pretty comfortable. And then obviously in front of that is my TV, which is actually hooked up to an old computer. I usually just use that as a media center. I also can stream from my main rig to this one and just game like that too if I ever wanted to. It's a pretty cozy setup. So the TV is in between two Detolfs, and we'll go over that now really quick. Let me just shimmy on down. We have my 1/4 Hatsune Miku, and then a 1/7 scale of Coconut from Nekoparo. Down below that, we have my Homura shelf from Madoka. This one by Strong fingers, very nice, but it does have a major leaning issue. You can probably tell right here, it's actually leaning to the left. Down below that, we have my FGO Hokusai figures. Then below that, we have my Toho figures. Sorry, you can barely see Reimu back there. She's being covered by the Scarlet Sisters. Down below that, we have another Miku figure, Holo from Spice and Wolf, Futaba from Persona, Vocaloid, and Northern Princess. Ninjord. Over here, we have my Crystal Dress Rem. The first figure I actually ever received directly from a company. They sent this one in to do a video on, and it was actually the first figure video that I did that it hit over 100K. So very nice. Below that, we have my Madoka shelf, obviously to mirror the Homero one. Mami's just sitting here because I have no other better place for her, so she's just there. Yeah, very nice. We have my Steins Gate figure collection of Kurisu. We have my No Game No Life figure collection. Well, a majority of it. There's like one other No Game No Life figure that's on the other side of my room. Very nice colors. Then down below that, we have my Alisa figure from God Eater, 2 Charlotte Dunois figures from Infinite Shadows, a Mikasa figure from Attack on Titan, and another Miku. Nothing too fancy there. Here is my bed. Looking pretty cozy as usual. This is a big blanket of New Jersey from Azur Lane. I didn't actually go out of my way to buy this. A viewer wanted me to buy it, so he gave me money to buy it. Atsuko and Tako body pillow. We have a little Acheron pillow with Belfast. Over here we have a Noir and Blanc towel from Nikkei. Oh, great. There's a cloud blocking the sun. I'm just gonna wait a couple seconds. We have my children, of course. On the bed itself is actually my Steam Deck. I'm not gonna lie to you, the Steam Deck is probably one of the best purchases I've ever bought in the last like 10 years. Seriously, get yourself a handheld PC. It's so convenient for gaming. I've used it a lot for just playing visual novels, JRPGs. Heck, I even play Uma Musume on the damn thing now. Here we have my children. Over here we have a portion of my Blu-ray collection for anime. So we have one of my favorite all-time favorite series, Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere, fantastic. Inuyasha, this set is actually a bootleg, but I didn't buy it. Inuyasha movies, we have Death Note, Gundam Seed, Date A Live, Dragon Ball. We have my Kantai collection tapestries. These are actually like super old. I've had them for over a decade now. Limited edition Pokemon White DSi, couple more DVDs, PlayStation games, Bochi the Rock plushies. We have my Arcade tapestry, Persona 3 collector's edition with a mini Aegis figure on top. This is a Magicoi poster. Fantastic. One of my favorite visual novels of all time. Steins Gate art book, Pandora Hearts art book, little Steins Gate cloth thing. We have 3 framed art prints from Magister, fantastic artist. These all focus on his original character, Minami. Super hot. Above that, we have a Korra print from Grand Blue Fantasy, my Unicamp print, a poster of Kongo from Kantai Collection. Below that, these are actually fan-made plushies of Rias and Akano from High School DD. Very cute. My Musashi plushie, tapestry of Saber Kimono. Next to that, a poster of Akito the Exile. We have my Sen no Kiseki box set. Couple more Fate art books. Very nice. Below that, we have a Nier Automata tapestry, which is covered by a bunch of boxes. So here we have some figure boxes. Ultimate Madoka from Good Smile. This is actually the re-release that happened a year or 2 ago. Still have yet to open that. Then we have my Trails figure box for Yashua and my Bunny Toki figure box, which if you want to see a video on that figure, it's on the channel. Below that, we have my Crony PC case box from Height. Up above that, we have a couple of Bochi the Rock plushies on a keychain. These are super cute. I especially love this one in the cardboard box. Adorable. 2 Steins Gate tapestries. The other one's underneath. Next to that, we have a Aoko poster. Very nice. Then below that, another Persona 4 poster. On the inside of this part of the closet is actually just a bunch of figure boxes. And then on the other side is just a couple of clothes. And that's it for this side of the room. Generally, it stayed the same as last year, of course, with like an extra detail, a few extra more figures, a couple more merchandise, but it's generally the same. This is like my place of zen here. Now we can move on to the other side of the room, which is behind this white sheet of destiny. Or over here on this side of the room is pretty much where I spend a large majority of my time. This is a place where you regular viewers are very familiar with. Okay, guess we'll start off on the right side here. Right on the right, we have a little wooden pillar that has a couple of Azur Lane Race Queen tapestries on it. Next to that on the left, we have 3 Detolfs. These primarily house a lot of my Fate figures. I mean, there's a few Karno Kyogai Shiki figures there on the bottom, but it's primarily Fate. On the top here, we have Race Queen figure of John and Mordred. Next to that, Nero and Tamamo, Latoria plushie, a Fate's Night 15th anniversary dress figures, a little Musashi plushie, Okita Soji summer variant, Chakapuni plushies for Castoria and Morgan. Treasure box collection of Samurai Remnant. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but there's another Nendroid box of Saber in the back. And then we have Lazy Sakura Nendroid over there in the back as well. On this first one on the right, we have Skasaha's bunny figure, Tamamo Lancer, Arturia Lancer in the back, 2 new Nendroids of Arthur and Arturia. Very nice. Down below that, we have Race Queen figures for Nero, Arturia, and Rin. We got Saber Alter Nendroid, maid version. We got regular Saber Alter, maid version. Minifigures for Alice and Alco. And then in the back, we have a Musashi figure as well. Very nice. Down below that, the purple hair crew. So we got Scotty, Martha, and then Sakura in the back there. Then down below, we have 2 Mashu figures in the back. Saber Kimono, John Yukata version, and then Mysterious Hero and X. Middle Detolf, we have my John Alter and Saber Alters. Nendroids are adorable, as you can see. John has a burger in her hand, and Saber Alter's like, give me the burger, bro. Down below that, we have a Nero figure. Then we have Summer Kiyohime in the back. Saber Master version, racing type figures for Nero and Saber Lily. Down below that, we have my figure for BB, Summer version. John Alter Nendroid as well. Down below that, we have another Saber figure. I guess I had an Arknights figure here too. I kind of forgot about her. So I guess we have some Tsukihime here as well. And then we have another Saber Kimono figure. More Saber Alter figures. Then we got a couple of mini Ichiban Kuji figures. Also Nendroid Petites. And then we have regular Nendroids for Tamamo and Musashi. Down below that, we have a John Alter figure from Alter. Very nice. A couple of more Ichiban Kuji minifigures with some Nendroid Petites. You can see Neko Arc in the back there. Down below that, we have Okita Alter and a couple more Ichiban Kujis with Nendroid Petites as well. Then down below that, we have 2 Shiki figures along with 2 Saber figures. Behind the Detolfs, we do have a couple of like tapestries. So we have Rin Saber, Musashi. This one has Ishtar and Ereshkigal. You can probably barely see them. Behind this Detolf, we have a Azur Lane tapestry of Zara. It's kind of hard to see a little bit. A Nero and Tamamo tapestry with a BB print in the back here as well. It's probably a little bit hard to see. Continuing on this little wall here, we have my little shrine of more Fate figures. So on the shelving here, we have primarily figures from Good Smile, with the exception of the maid figures up there at the top. Those are all from Alter. Saber Alters, Motored Crusader, maid versions for Saber Alter and Saber, regular Motored Crusader, Neo Bride figure, Saber Alter figure, Saber Lily figure, Saber Triumph of Excalibur, and then Mordred. And then behind that, we just have a couple of mini slim plastic posters with a Skasaha print in the back, with an Altera print right there, Unlimited Bladeworks tapestry right here. Left of that, we have a Okita Soji Alter print, along with another Tamamo print. Here on the main display are a couple big ones. So in the middle, we have my Fates Stay Night 15th anniversary The Path figure. This thing is absolutely huge, very expensive as well, but I honestly think it was kind of worth it. I mean, the figures themselves, Saber and Shiro, are they're a little bit like prize figure looking, definitely not up to scale figure quality, but the main reason why this was so expensive was for the base. It's got a lot of cool stuff on it. So down below that, we have Shikishi board that I got with it. Next to that, we have my 1/4 figure of Saber from Freeing. I kind of want the armored variant, but this one came out first, and then years later, they finally decided to do the armored version, so it is what it is. We have a Fate art book from the Goat Kosaki. This is volume 2. Nero Figma, a couple of little like FGO cards, a little Saber bookmark, a clock. In the back, we have a couple of books, a Type Moon bag, an acrylic stand for Fate Extella, another big John Alter figure from Lacorn, Archer bookmark, Saber mug, art books in the back, and that is this particular shelf. Next to that, we have another like bookshelf. Behind it, we have a Jalter tapestry. Here we have a couple of Fate plushies. We have a Nidocris Noodle Stopper, Mysterious Hero and X Scale, John Alter and Saber Alter. Next to that, we have a couple of lanyards that I got at various conventions. We have a couple more art books in the back. Sorry, it's probably a little bit hard to see with the glare. 3 Musashi figures. Then we got a couple of Nendroids, Rin, Ereshkigal, Ishtar, Arknights, a couple of more mini figures. Neo Bride Nendroid. Down here we have Okita Soji prize figure, Emiya scale, Sakura scale, Nidocris Nendroid, Hokusai Noodle Stopper, FGO CD. We have a couple of art books in the back there, of course. Down below that, more art books in the back. We have a Scotty figure, Skasaha figure, Semiramis. And then below that, we have a couple of unopened Nendroids that I haven't bothered to open. Hoshiguma from Arknights, Frost Nova, The Doctor, Kurisu, Bochi, Attention Seeking Monster version, Watame, Lami, and Botan. Here we have my giant B0 tapestry for Type Moon 10th anniversary version. Picked that up when I went to Japan. Absolutely fantastic. In front of that, we have a little shelf, and on top of it, we have a Daiwa Scarlet figure, my favorite Uma Musume. We have a scale figure of Makoto from Persona 3. Down below that, we have a couple of Bocchi the Rock Fumos. I really appreciate Gift actually expanding the Fumo lineup to other series. Fumos were kind of a Toho only thing, but now they've expanded. Down here, we have two FGO art books, a Rosanna clear folder from Nikkei, very nice. More art books. FGO Dojin. Next to that, we have another D12. On top of it, we have two Honkai Star Rail figures of Fu Shen and Chin Chui, if that's how you say her name. Another John Alter tapestry in the back there. We have a Saber Alter Huke framed artwork. So on the top shelf, we have a few St. Louis figures, and then we have a Honolulu in the back. Down below that, we have a couple of Azur Lane Race Queen figures. So we have Prince Eugen, and then we have Tako and Atako up front. Below that, we have three more Azur Lane figures. We have Formidable in the back, Bremerton Kung Fu Cruiser version up front, and then we have Baltimore in the back as well. And then just a couple of figure boxes. There is that. Next to that, we have two more shelves. I don't recall the names for these. I actually got these from my aunt, but I believe they are from IKEA, but they're probably discontinued now. On top of that, we have a bunch of Azur Lane 1/4s in the back. So we have Race Queen figures for Taiho, Prince of Wales, Duke of York. And then we have probably one of the most overpriced figures in the history of anime figures, New Jersey's Bunny figure. We have an Azur Lane mug, acrylic stands for Korin and Rina from ZZZ. Another 1/4 figure of Bremerton, her Dakimakura version. This little box right here is a box for my keyboard. Then next to that, we have another acrylic stand for ZZZ, Weiss, Bell, and Eos. Then we have an acrylic display of Littorio. On the little handles of the shelf here, we have some charm plushies of Shinano and Musashi. Very adorable. On the first shelf on the right here, let me just open this up. More Azur Lane figures, so we have Prince Eugen, Graf Zeppelin, another Prince, Littorio, and then our books in the back. They're probably hard to see. Down here, we have a Congo from Kantai Collection in the back, another Bremerton figure, and then Taiho. Below that, a couple more figures and art books. So we have Snafu's Yukino and Yui, Kaoru Nendroid, Chitoge Nendroid, Shinobu figure. We have a Girls Frontline figure of DSR 50, and then up front here we have a figure of Senjo Gahara. They're actually doing a remaster of this figure, which I will be ordering. Below that, we have more Fate books, camera lenses, and some more art books as well. Next, lots of more Azur Lane figures. Atago and Takuro swimsuit and Race Queen figures. We have Unzen swimsuit version, Pola swimsuit version, Azuma figure, Kashima Nendroid, minifigure of Shimakaze. Down below here we have a Belfast figure in the back, Illustrious in the back, Sirius up front with another Illustrious, and then Ryuho. A few more figures down below here. We have Haruhi, Chitoge, Nadeshiko, another Nadeshiko, Rin, Enna, Platelet Nendroid, Kazuki Nendroid, Yamato Nendroid. Below that, we have my C2 figure collection, as you can see, and a couple more art books. And that's it for the shelf. Yeah, quite a lot of figures here in this specific section. On the other side of this shelf, we have two prints, an Atako and Tako print from Azur Lane, and then we have a Nagarmaya print from Grand Blue Fantasy. Here we have two drawers. On this one over here, we have a Nikkei towel sitting here on top of a bunch of prints that I don't have any space for, or I haven't figured out where to put them, so I kind of just leave them there. On this one, we have a acrylic frame of Rin from Yudukamp. It came with the figure, Kagami prize figure from Lucky Star, and an Arena figure from Shogugeki. Then here we have just a couple of mini things, Nikkei bag, Osmo Pocket 3, Ami calendar, battery bank, and then we have a ZZZ clear folder of Weiss and Bell. This wall in particular hasn't really changed all that much. We still have the Azur Lane tapestries of Atago and Tako. Very nice. Azur Lane Fumo collection. A couple of more little merchandise pieces. Manga in the back there, they're sitting on. Trinity 7, Shogugeki, Fruits Basket, Tsubasa Chronicles, couple of mini pins and such. Salty Nendroid from Durara. We have an acrylic stand of Type 95 from Girls Frontline. Amiko Fumo from Ami, my Yudukamp Nendroids. These are a bunch of my DVDs and Blu-rays. Honestly, the collection hasn't actually grown at all because I typically don't go to my way to buy Blu-rays all that often. I probably should though, because, you know, supporting physical media is always a good thing. A couple of Nekopara badges, a Type 95 figure, Azur Lane manga, Tako print. On the top here, we have a Miku plushie, Nekopara plushies, clear folders of Azur Lane, FGO, Nekopara art book, wooden Tako thing, little Love print. One of the most important things in the collection, the Clow. Then below that, we have a Fate Zero tapestry. Next to that, we have obviously a Prince Eugen tapestry of her swimsuit skin. Fantastic. More Azur Lane, Atago and Tako posters, prints. Very nice. Some plants that I like to use in the background for video footage. Puppet Parades for Aqua and Megumin. Pokemon Clock, Azur Lane sticker sheet, Kente collection art book. Saori plushie from Blue Archive. My Unicamp mug collection. Kuro from Cardcaptor Sakura. Pink Yoshi, Acheron sticker. Azur Lane Agir tapestry. Very nice. We have Ayanami, Sakuya tapestry, and then a Latoria summer version tapestry. This is my chair. It also has an Acheron jacket on it as well. This is my bag with a Julian badge. This is the Azur Lane crossbody bag. Very nice. Belfast tapestry, St. Louis tapestry, Psychopaths 2. Clear folder for FGO. Little Shikishi board from Kyanyu Fantasy. If you know, you know. Wooden board of Ren from Trails. Physical visual novels from Magikoi. So we have Magikoi A, regular Magikoi, and Magikoi S right there in the back. Sound Voltex figure of Rassus. Couple of mini things. So we have a mini BB figure, Nidochris acrylic display, Rubik's Cube, mini Nadeshiko figure, and then we got Momeo Nendoroid as well. OC character from Bia, 1/4 scale. This is actually super cheap, by the way. This is like 60 bucks. Couple of miscellaneous stuff. We got my like duster right there, Marvel of Art book. These are a couple of fans. Romelia Scarlet tapestry. Finally, here is the PC setup. So we're running 3 monitors. I used to have a 4th one here in portrait mode, but it broke, so now we just have a framed Fates Stay Night artwork. Here's the PC case. It is the Height Y60 Crony edition. Got a couple of controllers on the top. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you're wondering about the specs, Ryzen 9 7900X, I think. 3070 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM. We have a Kaito Kid tapestry, and then on top of that, we have my PS5. We have my mic, Elgato, my Nintendo Switch. Has a couple of ZZZ stickers on it, actually. A couple of mini things. These are my earbuds, Azur Lane stand. Weiss cards for Botan and Mami. FGO acrylic stand. We have another acrylic display of Julian. Elgato Stream Deck. Mini Herta figure. 2 Nendoroids of Bochi and Reimu. Acrylic display frame for Julian, very nice. Little Bochi the Rock sticker, wireless mic set. Then we got the framed artwork that I got with the Fates Stay Night 15th anniversary dress figures. Desk mat. Bremerton from Azur Lane. Bremerton Azur Lane keyboard. I think it's got Sakura switches in here. This is the mouse. My previous one broke, so honestly I'm just using this spare one that I have. The Logitech G603. Nothing too crazy here. 32-inch ultra wide, 24-inch, and then a 27-inch on the right side. Behind the monitor, we have a Lilith tapestry from Trinity 7, Yamato from Kantai Collection. You might be wondering what this wire leads to. It leads to a PlayStation 3 webcam that I use as a top-down view, playing like Sound Voltex or something. Yeah, not the most elegant solution, but it is what it is. Next to that, here on the left side, we have my Cardcaptor Sakura figure collection from Good Smile. Beautiful figures. If you're a Cardcaptor Sakura fan like me, these are definitely ones to pick up. So up front, we have Hello Brand New World. We got Stars Bless You, Pinky Promise. We have a little Amiyami mask. Then we have 2 Arknights Enfield fans. Below that on the first shelf, we have 2 figures. So we have Maya from Muv-Luv, Lin from Fire Emblem. Then we have a Sumika Figma, and then 2 Muv-Luv little postcards here. Down here, we have my Jabril figure from No Game No Life. Then we have a Master Chief helmet. I've had this for years. It's honestly really dinged up, but I love Halo. So down below that, we have 2 Nendoroid boxes for Arcoade and Bochi. And then we have my 10th anniversary key memorial box, which has visual novels of Canon, Air, Clanad, Planetarian, Tomio After, and Little Busters. Very nice. Right next to that, we have my only resin scale figure in my collection so far, Kafka from Honkai Star Rail. This is by Hakimi Studios. If you want to see the fully dedicated video on it, I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's on the channel. Right next to it, we have a couple of HSR pins, Herta and March 7th. Very nice. Got a little like Kafka cement block. This display case right here is called the IKEA Bloliden, and it's what IKEA uses now to replace the ever so loving Detolf. This thing I don't like very much. First, it's more expensive than the Detolf. It feels more flimsy, even though it has like the bezels for support all around the glass. Still just as flimsy. Number 3, it's significantly smaller. I can fit almost like 5 to 6 figures in a Detolf. Here you can barely fit 3. And also I don't like the appearance. Whereas the Detolf was pretty much all glass on every side, this thing has the frames and it's not as great. So we have my Ningguang and Ganyu figures, one of Apex's greatest that they've made. Down below that we have 2 figures. So we have Rupee from Nikkei, then Wakamo from Blue Archive. Superb figure. Down below that, we have a couple of more Genshin figures. So we have Barbara, Kaching, and Mona. And then on the last shelf, we have another Romelia Scarlet figure from Toho. I probably should find a better spot for her, but that's where she is right now. Next up on this detolf on the top, we have New Jersey's wedding dress figure. If you want to check out the video on this, it's also on the channel. Little Azur Lane postcard with a New Jersey acrylic stand. Behind that, we have another Nikkei tapestry. In the detolf, we have Belfast wedding dress figure. Down below that, we have my Shinano figure from Azur Lane. Absolutely gorgeous. Then below that, we have Blue Archive bunny figures. So we have Toki, Asuna. We have regular Karin in the back there, but we also got 2 more bunny figures of Asuna and Karin again. Then down below that in the last shelf, we have a Megumin figure from Konosuba. And there you have it. That is the room tour for 2025. This month actually marks the 10-year anniversary of this YouTube channel, which also means that it's the 10th anniversary for the room tours. And I've pretty much min-maxed this room to the point where I can't really add any more furniture or display cases in here without actually jeopardizing the space I have for filming. So this is pretty much it. Another year, another room tour. So I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one.